Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and showing you some swatches of the Coloured Raine Queen of Hearts palette. I bought this from Coloured Raine when they released it the second time round. So the first time was sometime last year, and it was released as a limited edition. And then I was like, got so many eyeshadow palettes, didn't get it. And then Selena, Miss Beauty Addict, my friend off of YouTube, kind of convinced me that it's really good. And then when they re-released it about a month or so ago, I bought it direct from them. I used my shipping company that I use called MyMallBox, and that is how I managed to ship it over to me, and how I tend to ship US based makeup to myself in the UK at a more affordable rate. I will link my video below. Also, if you use my code for the first time you sign up, you get $5 off. So it's a win-win. Anyway, this retails in at $50, which is pricey. Yes, it is pricey, but is it worth it? I would say it is. I think it's excellent. So let me just quickly show you a close-up of the sleeve, not the actual palette. So pretty, very regal and royal as it's supposed to be. That's what it really looks like. Don't you hate it when brands do that? It's like, would it really cost you that much money? It probably would, actually, which is the reason they did it. To just superimpose this onto this. Like, eventually, to be fair, I've only just kept this for the sake of the video. Now I'm just going to bin it because it's so annoying having to push it out the sleeve every time I want to use it. So it's just standard matte black and dirty already, unfortunately. And now I will show you the inside, which contains 12 eyeshadows altogether. What I love about this palette is that there is an equal mix of mattes and metallic shades. So there are 6 matte shades, and then there are 6 metallic shades. The quality of these are absolutely excellent. I have to admit that even though this isn't the first time that Coloured Raine have released eyeshadows, they have permanent single ones. I've never actually tried any of them. I have used this to death. If you want to see any of my makeup looks that I've done with this, go and look on Coloured Raine's Instagram page. There's 1 or 2 photos of me on there wearing it. And then go and check out my Instagram page at Charlena, where you'll see me wearing it. This makeup look that I've got on is a makeup tutorial that I just filmed as well. And I used this palette to do this, as well as the Stila Magnificent Metal, the purpley shade one. But overall, the quality of these is excellent. The mattes are very soft, slightly powdery, but easy to blend. Very, very, very similar to Makeup Geek's eyeshadows. Then the more, the metallic ones are very thick. Again, they're very similar to Makeup Geek's foiled eyeshadows in that they're thick, they're buttery. The intensity of the shades is just phenomenal, and it's not often you hear me use that word phenomenal, mostly because I don't really like it and it's a bit of a mouthful, but it is phenomenal. Fantastic, phenomenal. Yeah, so the colour payoff is excellent. The quality of these are excellent. I give this entire palette a 10 out of 10. There is minimal fallout. It depends on obviously how much you tap off your brush. Make sure you tap off your brush, then therefore you will not get as much fallout as you normally would. They adhere to the brush really well as well, and I don't find that I have to blend too much to get the matte shades especially to blend out nicely and seamlessly. So this is called the Queen of Hearts palette, as I have already said. The names of these are all very royal kind of names, going in with the whole theme. There is not a single shade in this entire palette that has let me down. I've used every single one of them and I love them to death. So now I'm just going to show you some swatches so that you guys can see it in action. Obviously bear in mind that a finger swatch is very different to a brush swatch. However, take my word for it, regardless of whether you see it on my hand using my finger or with a brush, the powders are absolutely excellent. Overall, they're very, very, very pigmented, and a little bit goes a really long way. Oh, and there's a mirror on the front as well, which is actually not too bad. Dirty now, but it's actually not that bad. And the actual packaging itself is just standard cardboard, nothing special. So this first shade here is called Queen Mother. And this is a beautiful metallic, kind of deepish sort of plum shade, plummy violet shade. Gorgeous. This shade here is called Empress. Terrible swatch, but you get the gist. It's a gorgeous hot orange shade, and it looks stunning on your eyes. This shade is called Princess. This one is a soft matte mauvey pink shade. This is probably the one that I've used the most in my crease. This one is called Your Majesty. This one is a stunning, really, really highly metallic and very intense kind of golden bronze shade. It's not completely gold, it's not completely bronze, it's somewhere in the middle. This one is called Royal Highness. And this one is a beautiful kind of taupey ivory shade. I don't know if you can see this shade and the last one. They're kind of chunky, but you have to blend out those chunky pieces. It's just got to do with how buttery and thick the texture is. And this last shade up the top is called Crown. And this one is a stunning whitish ivory shade. I tend to use this a lot on my tear duct and my brow bone, but it'll look amazing on the lid as well. This shade here is called Dethroned. This one is a really intense deep brown with a little bit of shimmer in it. Stunning. This one is called Duchess. And this one is a deep matte chocolate brown shade. This one is called Ladyship. Now this one is a beautiful hot magenta shade, but I do have to say it's slightly gritty and a little bit more difficult to blend than the others, but it's still easy to blend, if that makes sense. This one is called Noble Woman. This one is another super intense hot cranberry shade. I love it. This one is called Royal Prerogative. And this one is a really nice soft caramel matte brown, great for the crease. This one is called Heir, as in heir to the throne. And this one is here, it's a very soft matte pale sort of peachy beige shade. I tend to use this all over my eye to neutralise my lids. So that's it for my swatches, as you guys can see. What else can I say? I just love this palette. I love the mixture of shades that they've got in there. I love the fact that you can use all of them with each other. It's not like there's like a random blue in there and there's nothing to match with it. For example, I can use Royal Prerogative in the crease, and I can use every single one of these metallic shades on the lid with it. The same is with Princess. The same is with Empress. So you can always mix and match, and you can create so many different looks. I mean, obviously this is a very warm tone palette, but let's be honest. Most of us tend to gravitate more towards warm tone shades. The amazing thing about this is that you can go from daytime to nighttime looks as well. And there's so many different things that you can do with it. I absolutely love, love, love this palette. I would say the only reason that Ladyship is probably slightly patchier and a little bit more difficult to blend is because of the pigment in it. But in all honesty, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm actually wearing it on my lower lash line, and I'm actually wearing it in my crease as well, and I had no problems. Yeah, I suppose maybe more so as a finger swatch, it's a bit patchy rather than using the brush, and I've just wiped powder all over my black leggings. Lovely. So that's it, and not much else I can say. Oh, and on my lips I'm wearing Stila's Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Bacca, one of my faves. Love it. So other than that, I can't recommend this highly enough. Make sure you sign up to the pre-sale. I will link it below for you guys so that you can do that at your own leisure. Other than that, I hope you guys are fabulous, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.